see here, we're going to continue with the question paper for the grade 10. We only have 4 more questions to do. We finished question 4 last time, so we're going to start with question 5. Now question 5 is related to sound, and the question says, below is a picture of a sound engineer regulating electronic sounds with ease produced. And the first question says, explain how sound waves are created and state what kind of wave they are. Now, the kind of wave is simple. They are longitudinal waves. Why? Because the particles move parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave. But let's answer that question here. 5.1. And here what you have to say. You have to say that sound waves are created by vibrations in a medium in the direction of propagation, and that is why it is a longitudinal way. You see, we did right there. What will happen to the speed of sound as it moves from the air to water? Explain your answer. And now it's very simple. When sound moves from air to water, this is 5.2, the speed increases. The speed increases. Why? Because sound moves faster. In liquid, why increases? Because sounds move faster. It moves faster in liquid than gases, and faster in gases in solid than liquid. Okay? So because it moves faster in liquid than gases, when the sound moves from air to water, the speed will increase. Okay? So that is what actually happened there. Now, what wave property is associated with pitch of sound? And this one is frequency. All you have to say is frequency. Remember, frequency associated with pitch, loudness associated with amplitude. Now, define ultrasound and give one application of ultrasound. Really simple. An ultrasound are wave sound or sounds wave with a frequency greater than 20,000 Hertz. Remember, we cannot hear ultrasound because we can only hear between certain range, which is from 20 to 20,000 Hertz. So we cannot hear ultrasound. And finally, they want to know where do we use ultrasound. Guys, we use ultrasound at hospitals a lot. One of the main uses is to monitor the growing baby in a mother's womb, but it can be used to study certain organs of the human in the hospital, okay? So that is the main thing. This question is quite simple, guys, quite simple. Let's go to question 6. Given the following electromagnetic wave: X-ray, radio wave, ultraviolet, gamma ray, infrared, and visible. Arrange the above wave in increasing frequency. So we have to do it from the smallest frequency to the highest one. Now, from all those, the first one is radio wave. That is the first one you have to add in the list. It has the lowest frequency. Then followed by infrared, which is right here. This will be number 2. Visible light here will be number 3, and this will be the order. Then will be ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is just after visible light, by the way. Then is X-ray, is 5, and the 6th one is gamma ray. That is the way in which you have to organize those waves. This one have the less frequency. I'm going to write it like that. Less frequency. Here has the more frequency, the greatest frequency. Okay, now draw an arrow with your answer to indicate in which direction wavelengths increase. Now wavelength will increase in the opposite direction, but let's write then the whole list here down. Okay, here is the whole list: radio, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma ray, according to the order we gave there. Now they say draw an arrow with your answer to indicate in which direction wavelengths increase. And now wavelength increase in this direction we have there. This wavelength increase. wavelength increase in that direction. Explain which of the electromagnetic wave in 6.2 have the highest penetrating ability. Now guys, that is simple. We don't have to go further down. We're just going to do it here. So here, the gamma ray is the one that have the highest penetrating ability. This, I'm going to write it here. Gamma have the higher penetrating ability because it have the greatest frequency, and frequency is related to energy. The more energy, the more penetrating ability for each of them. So as you move in this direction, actually, then the penetrating ability increases and then will be more dangerous in actual fact. Calculate the energy of a photon in a red light if the wavelength is 7 times 10 to the minus 11, 6.4. So now it's very simple. Energy is equal to H multiplied by C divided by wavelength. That is one of the formulas you have. So if you substitute here, everything is given to you. And this is the answer, guys. This is the answer. They're asking you to calculate the energy. Let's go to question 7. We're almost done. Two identical metal spheres X and Y on isolated stand carry charges on 6 times 10 to the minus 9 coulomb and 4 times 10 to the minus 9 coulomb respectively. Calculate the number of electrons Y has in excess. Very simple. To calculate the number of electrons, you have to use charge quantization. I have a video on that one. Please, if you think you're going to get confused, just watch it. This one is easy, but it could be complicated. So here we are doing it on the side, substituting. And the number of electrons is equal to 2,5 times 10 to the 10 electrons. That is the number of electrons here. Then does X attract or repel Y? You can see that they have unlike sign there. This one is the negative. Let's do it here, negative. And this one is a positive charge. So obvious they will attract. Why they attract? Because unlike charges attract each other. And like charges attract each other. 7.2 state the principle, 7.2 state the principle of conservation of charge in words. So we're going to state that one real fast here. 7.2. This principle says that the net charge remains constant in an isolated system during any physical process. Quite simple. Then they said in question 7.3, the two charges touch each other, electrons will be transferred during this process. Calculate the new charge on each other, and this is question 7.3. So to calculate the new charge, Q new is equal to the addition of charge, they using the symbols X and Y, X plus Y divided by 2, and this is how to get the new charge on each of them. So we substitute here. That is the charge each one will have at the end after they touch. Did Y lose or gain electron? You go here. Y is more negative, so it have an excess of electron, therefore it will lose electron, and that is the answer here. So we're going to select the word lose here. And that is question 7. We're almost done. We're going to the final question, which is very, very short. It's just a definition and a simple calculation because the topic was not done at the time the question paper was set. So 8.1 is a definition of current. Now a current is the rate of flow of charge. Is the rate of flow of charge, and the symbol, if you write this one in a formula, is charge divided by change in time. You read this one like rate of flow of charge, and that is the definition. Calculate the electric current, so it's using this formula here, guys. is using this formula here that we have current equal to Q divided by change in time. Q is 50 coulombs and the time is 30 seconds. Is very simple. The answer is 1,67 amperes. This is all for now. So this is the video. We are done with this test. Was the first test, 75 marks, and there are different topics in there. But thank you for watching. Subscribe for the channel, guys, and I'll see you next time. Mr. G here.